Hey, Matt here. Today we're going to show you how to test and replace your GE washer water inlet valve if it's leaking. It's what controls the water that's coming into the tub. There are several different ways it could fail and cause a leak, so let's walk you through how to check it out and change it out if needed. With over 2 million products in stock and the know-how to help you do it yourself, we are AppliancePartsPros.com. For this video we're going to need a towel, a pair of adjustable pliers, a 1/4-inch nut driver, and a pick. Remember, safety comes first. Make sure to unplug the washer or shut off the circuit breaker to avoid electrocution. Also make sure to turn off the hot and cold water supplies. Then remove the fill hoses from the washer by loosening them up with the adjustable pliers and removing them by hand. You want to make sure you put a towel down so you catch any water that may come out, and also label the hoses so you remember which one's hot and which one's cold. In order to get to the valve, we have to go around back. Now that we're on back, we're going to use a 1/4-inch nut driver to take out the screws to hold the access panel on. Once you have the screws out, we're going to take the access panel off. Just going to pull up on the bottom and slide it to the right. Pull it off and set it aside. We're going to roll the control panel over. Just going to pull back on it and lift up on it. Carefully roll it over and set it on top of the washer so we have access to the water inlet valve. Then we're going to pull the wiring harnesses off. There's just one on each solenoid. Just going to pull them off and set them aside. Once you have the wires off, we have to remove the bracket that holds the thermistor in. We're going to use a 1/4-inch nut driver to take out the screws. Once you have the screws out, we're just going to carefully lift the bracket out and set it aside. Now that we have the bracket off, we can see the thermistor right here. If you happen to see water leaking out of this hole right here, there's actually an O-ring underneath here that's part of the thermistor, and if that's leaking, you'll have to get the thermistor separately. But we have to pull it out and put it on the new one because the new one doesn't come with it. So we're just going to pull it out. And then carefully use the pick to reach in and grab the O-ring, pull it out. And we're just going to stick it on the thermistor so it's ready to put in the new valve. Then we're going to inspect the water valve. You want to make sure that the threads aren't damaged or water's leaking from the solenoids. Then we're going to pull it out of the washer to inspect it. Just want to push it forward, lift it up, and pull it out. And you just want to inspect the body and see if it's cracked anywhere. If it is, we'll have to change it out. Here's the old water inlet valve next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. To put the new water inlet valve in, we're just going to slide it into the cabinet and lift it up into place. Then we're going to slide it back to lock it in. We can put the thermistor back in. Just going to line it up and push it down into the valve. And we can put the bracket back on. We want to make sure it goes onto those two tabs right there. And we can use the 1/4-inch nut driver to put the screws back in. Now we're going to connect the wire harness. We're just going to lift it over and push it on. This one has 1/4-inch terminals and this one has 3/16, so you can't mix them up. Just make sure they go on and get a good connection. Once you have the wires connected, we're just going to put the console back on. Just want to rotate it over and put the tabs in on each side. Push it forward to lock it in. Then we can put the access panel back on. Just want to line it up with the tabs, slide it over, and push it on. And we can use the 1/4-inch nut driver to put in the screws to hold it on. Then we can plug the machine back in, put the fill hoses back on. You want to start them by hand and then tighten them up with some pliers. Turn the water on and take it for a spin. Hope this video helped you out. Remember, if you need a new water inlet valve, you can take your model number and get one at appliancepartspros.com. Most orders will get to your door in just a few days. Before you take off, remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons to see more of our DIY appliance repair videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.